Good evening and welcome to Bedtime with Katy. I'm Katy, and in today's sequence, we are going to work on our neck and our shoulders. So without further ado, go ahead and hop into your most coziest pajamas, light a candle, and let's begin. All you're gonna need is either a yoga block or a blanket to sit on. We're gonna be here for a while. And just get into your most comfortable seated position. I want you to begin to close your eyes and just settle down from the stressors of your long day. Allow your mantra to be focused on the power of your breath. As much as water is life, your breath is life as well. You may want to place one hand on your chest and the other onto the belly. Just feeling the vibrations of your heartbeats and your breath. I want you to calmly just feel your belly inhale and deflate with each exhalation. Over time, through gravity and aging, our spine begins to compress. The cushion between our vertebrae begins to shorten. And this could cause a lot of pain and tension. And especially if we hold pain and tension around our neck, it causes shallowness of our breathing. So it's really important that we give it a lot of love every now and then so we can extend our cervical spine and just deepen our breath. See if you can extend your breaths for 3 counts, inhaling from the tailbone up through the crown, growing ever so tall. Exhaling, bringing those rib cages together, feeling your belly deflate. Inhale, 2, 3, hold, and exhale, 2, 1. See if you can extend that breath for 5 counts. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to go ahead and take a few breaths here on your own. Just once again, reconnecting, settling into your body, shifting your awareness back into the presence. You don't have to be anywhere. You don't have to do anything. Just simply allow yourself to be present. Simply allow yourself to just be. And when you're ready, go ahead and exhale, drawing both hands onto your thighs or down by your knees, whatever is comfortable with for you. And we're going to do a nice side stretch of the neck, a lateral flexion, by drawing our right ear over our right shoulder. Now you don't want to be cognizant not to bring your right shoulder up to meet the right ear. Keep it back and down in a relaxed position. If this feels good to you and you want a little bit more of a flexion, go ahead and draw your right palm over the top of your head, allowing gravity to just extend the length of the side of that neck. We definitely don't want to be pulling here. We just want the weight of our hand to do its work. Sitting nice and tall, still in this position. Few breaths here. And take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, release that palm back onto the top of your thighs, head back to center. We're gonna go ahead and stretch out the left side or the other side, drawing our left ear over to our left shoulder. Again, being ever so aware to not bring that left shoulder up, keeping it back and down in a relaxed position. And if this feels good to you, you could stay here. Otherwise, if you want a deeper stretch, go ahead and just draw the palm of your left hand gently onto your top of the head. Breathing deeply here. Imagine all worries, all tension just washing away. Go ahead and exhale and release. Now we're gonna go ahead and just grow some length in the back of our neck by doing a forward flexion. We're gonna draw our chin to our chest, keeping our eyes closed, dropping our head down, making sure that we're nice and long in our spine in a tall seated position. We're just only moving our chin to our chest. Once again, if you want a deeper stretch, go ahead and just interlace those fingers and then just cup it on the back of your head, drawing both elbows in and feeling that weight and gravity doing all its work. You do not need to pull. Just simply allow it to be. Last few breaths here on your own. When you're ready, you're going to actually fan out your elbows to the side, perhaps giving it a nice stretch, a nice breath, or a nice om. Bring your head back to center, and then palms out on top of your thighs. Good, release. You can open up your gaze. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stay in our seated position, but we're gonna give our shoulder blades a nice stretch, and then our low back a little bit of love. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually just place our fingertips in front of us and then begin to slowly creep them forward. If this feels good to you, that's okay. Otherwise, you could just keep releasing all the way forward. The goal is not to just place your hands or your head onto the mat. If this is too intense of a stretch for you, I want you to stay here. But if you're very open in the hips, go ahead and just draw all the way down. Keeping those arms nice and engaged off of the mat, palms flat onto the surface of the earth. Feel that nice elongation from the tailbone through to the lower back, all the way midline into your neck. Without lifting, all we're going to do is just shift our hand over to the right for a nice right stretch, or a left stretch of the ribs. I'm human. Making sure that our glutes are seated flat onto the floor. And then go ahead and inhale, bring them back to center. Exhale, draw them over to the left side for a nice right extension, lengthening, keeping aware that our glutes are resting flat onto the floor or onto your bolster or your blanket, whatever you're seated on. And then inhale. Back to center. When you're ready, take a nice inhale and then draw your hands closer to your body to find yourself back into a seated position. Nice and long. Shoulders over hips. And then head over shoulders. Perfect. We will not need our yoga block anymore, so you can actually take it out, put it over to the side, and sit flat onto your mat. What we're going to do is we're going to do a half cow pose, gomukhasana. So I want you to first come into an extension of both legs. And we're going to simply draw our right leg across our left leg. Now, if this feels good to you, you just rest your feet to the side. Otherwise, if you're a little bit more mobile, you could bring them closer to your left hip. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go into cow pose arms. We're going to draw our palm back, bend at the elbow to pat us ourselves on the back. We're going to internally rotate our left arm and extend it to meet our right hand. And let me just switch positions so you see what it looks like. Palm up, pat yourself on the back, internally rotate for your left hand to meet your right hand. If you could actually interlace the fingers, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, you could grab a hold of a strap, or if you have long hair, your ponytail, or you could actually just rest them right here. Do what's comfortable for you. This is your practice, but I want you to keep a nice, strong, and long, healthy spine. So in gomukhasana, we're going to extend up. And then if you want, go ahead and just close your eyes, feeling that nice flexion of the right arm, that nice extension of the left arm. Not forgetting to breathe here, as our breath is life. Focusing on the release of areas of tension. Simply just breathe into it. Sitting nice and tall. One last breath. Inhale, and then go ahead and exhale. Release both arms out to your side. Perfect. And then we're going to release that right leg out on straight. What we're going to do is we're going to even out both sides. So go ahead and draw your left leg over the top of your right leg, like so. And you may notice that for me, this side is actually more mobile. It's more flexible. Every side is a little different. So when you're ready, nice and tall, go ahead and draw your left palm behind you. Bend at the elbow to give yourself a nice pat on the back. Internally rotate that right arm on back to meet the left. And for me, I'm unable to clasp my hands. That is okay. I'm just going to gently rest it, making aware that my spine is nice and tall. Closing your eyes if you would like to do so. Once again, settle into your body. Settle into your breath. And just imagining areas of tension, just like a little kitten playing with a ball of yarn. With each breath, you just pull at the string, undoing the areas of tension, tightness, your knots. Last few breaths here. And when ready, go ahead and inhale and exhale, release both arms out by your side. Perfect. So you may want to extend that left leg, perhaps give it a little jiggle, which I love. And then we're going to go into a half butterfly pose, just bringing our right foot to meet the inside of our left thigh. And you could choose to either go into a forward fold, or perhaps you may want to extend that left leg over into a side stretch. Whatever is calling to you, this is your practice. If you need more love in your lower back, go ahead into a forward fold. If you need a nice deeper stretch over your rib cage, go ahead and do so. I'm going to go choose the forward fold. So as usual, sit nice and tall. Inhale, extend, and exhale, fold. And the goal is not to just try to reach your head to touch your knee. I want you to just be cognizant and aware of what your spine is doing. For me, this feels good. Not a lot of pressure, not a lot of tension. I'm just going to stay here. Making sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. See what your shoulders are doing. You should be feeling a nice deep stretch here, either in your low back, if you're doing a forward fold, or on the side of your right ribs, if you're doing a lateral flexion. And you definitely should feel a good stretch in your hamstrings. When you're ready, go ahead and take a nice inhale. Exhale, release. Back to a nice seated position. We're going to switch our position. Right leg extended, left leg in. And once again, nice and tall, inhale and exhale, fold forward. And as you're going to notice, with each side, it's a little different. My right leg hates me right now. Definitely feeling it in the hamstrings. Don't forget to breathe. No holding of our breaths here. Last few breaths. Go ahead and inhale, exhale, release. Now let's go ahead and lay onto our mats, flat onto our back. So just be very gentle as you come down, drawing each vertebrae one by one, flat onto the mat. And I just want to roll out our low back before we go into Shavasana. So go ahead and go into happy baby pose, bringing both knees inwards to chest and grabbing a hold of the outside aspect of your feet. Now you can go ahead and take half happy baby pose by keeping one leg extended and then just drawing that one leg in towards the outside of your elbows, the outside of your rib. But if you wanted to go ahead and do so, you can bring both legs out inwards, out by your elbows. And then just rock side by side for happy baby pose. Just giving your low back a little bit of love, saying hello, thank you. And then when you're ready, we're gonna just get ready for Shavasana. Take a nice breath. Extend those legs on out. Bringing your palms up, out by your side. And just enjoy your Shavasana, allowing everything to release and melt into the floor, allowing the tops of your brows to release. Your jaw relaxes, your shoulders melt, arms and hands release, belly, hips release, the tops of your thighs, the back of your thighs release, all the way down to your tippy toes. No more work, no more effort. If you want to take a longer Shavasana, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, if you're ready to transition in bed, or if you're in bed, I bid you good night, farewell, sweet dreams, and namaste.